Hello, everybody. It is Does It Bite? The riveting podcast about all things pest control. I'm Stephanie, here with Michael, who's our bug tech manager. Today, we're going to talk about bed bugs, but specifically bed bugs and summer travel. It's that time of year. We're packing our suitcase. We're hitting the road. But there's a really good chance that we could bring home more than souvenirs on our next trip, and nobody wants that. So let's talk just a little bit about bed bug basics. So tell us a little bit about the bed bug and sort of how they travel so that we can be on the lookout.
So bed bugs are what we call the hide and seek champions of the world.
Okay.
So they hide in places that you would never even think to look. So when it comes to travel, that's where things get a little bit tricky. And and we get so many calls during the summer that we went here and now I think we brought bed bugs back. We went there and I think we brought bed bugs to my house. So we get so many calls during the summer that it's crazy. I mean, just that's how bed bugs work. Bed bugs go where people go.
Okay.
So if people like to go to a certain area, bed bugs would like to be there too.
And why are they attracted to where people are?
Because that's their food source.
Okay.
People are what they eat. So they have to have human blood.
So they're
to
little
survive.
Hannibal Lecters.
Yeah, like Clarice. Like that.
I know, it's so gross. All right, but so they feed on human blood.
Right.
And we call them bed bugs, that because oftentimes they're in beds or they come out at night. Like, give us a little bit of their habits.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right, because bed bugs are nocturnal.
Yeah.
So when at night, where do we spend most of our time? Is in bed.
Okay.
So that's where their food source is, and that's where they're going to infest, because that's where their food source is going to be every night. Okay. So when you lay down, you go to sleep, and bed bugs hate disruption. They hate movement. They hate things going crazy.
Okay.
They want everything still. So when they feed on you, you're sleeping and you're still.
Oh, gosh.
So that's why we got the name bed bugs, because we found most of them in the bed. But they can be found in chairs, recliners, couches, where people like to lay down.
Soft surfaces, or are they sometimes on hard surfaces?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay.
They are everywhere. The one place that we tend not to see much of is leather, and we're not quite sure why.
Okay.
But underneath the leather couches, underneath the leather chairs, there's that dust cloth that's underneath there, and we find a lot of bed bugs there as well.
All right, interesting. So, what should you be aware of or look for as you're traveling? I think a lot about hotels and motels.
Holiday Inns.
And also some, not as nice.
Right.
But we're also seeing a lot of people doing home rentals.
Right.
So talk a little bit about what we should do when we go into our accommodations on our travel.
So just to give you an example, when my daughters play basketball and we travel a lot with them.
Okay.
So they know the routine when we go into hotels.
Okay.
They know that they stay outside. Daddy comes in, bags stay outside in the hallway. Daddy will come in and check for bugs.
Okay.
It's gotten to a point where my youngest daughter will ask for a flashlight to look with Daddy for the bugs, because she knows the routine. So basically, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So my family stays in the hallway while I come in and I check the mattress, of course, the seam where the mattress is sewn together.
And what are you looking for? How do you know if it's bed bugs?
Yes, so you're going to be looking, of course, for the live bug. Okay, you're looking for the bug. You're going to be looking for any feces that they leave behind. Their feces looks like you take a Sharpie and kind of blot it.
Okay.
It kind of smears a little bit. That's what their feces looks like.
All right.
So you're looking for their feces, the live bug, and you're also looking for eggs that they lay. You're looking for skin casings that they shed to grow. So those things are what you're looking for.
It's just getting grosser and grosser as we go.
I know, but I mean...
No, we got to know the truth. We got to know the truth about it.
The truth is ugly sometimes, but it happens. So you're going to be looking for those on the mattress.
Okay.
Behind the headboard.
Okay.
And one spot that everybody tends to forget is the number one place where we find bed bugs.
Where?
is the bed skirt. So the bed skirt is underneath the mattress, right on top of the box spring. If you flip that bed skirt up, you can find quite a few bed bugs there because bed bugs hate disruption.
Okay.
The mattress moves because people are tossing and turning, but the box spring does not.
Okay.
And it's a great place for them to hide because they are the hide and seek champions of the world. They hide underneath that bed skirt. And a lot of times that bed skirt isn't changed out because it takes too much effort to change out the bed skirt.
Interesting.
So that's why we find a majority of our bed bugs in hotels.
So even if I stay at a really nice 5-star hotel, is that going to be any different than if I stay at, as we talked about, the ones that have the corridors out to the parking lot that can be a little frightening?
Yeah, it does not matter. Bed bugs are not a respecter of person. They don't care who you are, how much money you make, how much money you spend. You have blood, and that's what they want. So also another spot.
Yeah.
You know that little furniture thing, that suitcase thing that they unfold?
I use that every time I go stay somewhere.
Yeah, and bed bugs know that.
Because I don't want my suitcase on the floor because I feel like that's worse.
And they know that.
Look how smart they are.
And they will hang out there because you put your suitcase there that smells like you. That smells like you, and that's how they find you. So
they have a sense of smell.
Yes. So that's how they find you.
I never knew that.
So bed bugs are nocturnal.
Okay.
So they operate at night. They find you by the CO2 that you exhale.
Okay.
Your body heat that you give off. And your body smell.
Interesting.
That's how they find you at night. So, yeah, they are highly sensitive bugs. And that's why they hang out in that little suitcase folding thing, because they know eventually something's going to be put there.
Interesting.
And that's how a lot of folks take them home in their suitcases, because the bed bugs crawl back out into the clothes searching for their food source because your clothes smell like you. And then you take it home, sit your suitcase on your bed, in your room, on the couch. Bed bugs crawl off looking for you. They eventually find you and start reproducing. Now you have bed bugs.
So I want a story. I want you to tell me a bed bug story, whether it's where you've actually found them when you are searching a hotel room, or something that you've seen that is sort of unbelievable.
Well, myself, I haven't found bed bugs in a hotel.
Okay, good.
But my technician, Mark Wilson.
Oh.
I was at home. It was on a Saturday. I was at home. I was watching my favorite show, The Rifleman.
I knew you loved that.
So I was watching Lucas McCain, and I get a text from Mark.
Yeah.
And he said, "Boss man, look." And he showed me a picture of bed bugs that he found in his hotel that he went in Dallas. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah, I actually found bed bugs in our hotel." I was like, "For real?" And he said, "Yes." And they were all in the bed skirt.
Really?
They were all in the bed skirt.
And I never checked that, but I'm going to now.
Yes, please do, or you'll be calling me later.
I will be. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, how do you know? Because maybe you don't check when you go to your hotel room. But are there other signs that you might wake up and know that there have been some bed bug activity?
Yeah. So if you wake up and you have bites on you, that could be bed bug activity.
Okay.
I had a friend of mine. She called me. I won't mention her name because she'll kill me.
Let's not.
She called me.
Because there's thousands and thousands of people watching this.
Right.
So
Yeah. She called me on a Sunday morning, and she said, "Michael, I am freaking out." I said, "Why?" She said, "I think we have bed bugs in this cabin that we stayed in Colorado." I said, "Why? When would you think that?" She said, "Well, I woke up with bites." I said, "Well, that could be an allergic reaction. It could be
mosquito. Do they look like mosquito bites?
Yeah, and it's hard to determine. People ask me all the time, "Does this look like bed bug bites?" I tell them I'm not a doctor. Even some doctors can't differentiate between a bed bug bite and other bites. But she called me and she said, "I got bites all over me." I said, "Well, that could be mosquitoes, could be allergic reaction, it could be carpet beetle larvae." And she sent me a picture of a bug she found. and it was bed bugs.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I mean, she totally lost it. She totally lost it.
Because not only are they itchy,
Yeah.
but there's a real psychological impact that comes with bed bugs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, you just talk about bed bugs, people will start
I know.
scratching.
It's so so creepy.
When I first started with bug tech,
Yeah.
I did pest control before that, and we didn't deal with bed bugs because bed bugs really weren't back on the scene yet. So when I started with bug tech, we started doing more bed bug work. We were doing like maybe once a week, something like that. Yeah. And I dreamt about bed bugs. And I never dream about work. And I dreamt about bed bugs then. I was like, man, they can get into your mind big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you find that you have brought them home, like what do? Are there things that you can do yourself?
Mm-hmm. So like I told my friend when she found them in Colorado, I said, when you bring your stuff home, leave it in the garage.
Okay.
Okay. Take those clothes out, wash them and dry them twice.
Okay. Because heat kills.
Yeah. Heat kills all life stages of bed bugs, from eggs to the adult. Kills all life stages.
Oh, because you could have brought home eggs and larvae and.
Yeah, they could have laid their eggs in your clothes too.
Great.
So you want to do that. Then your suitcase. We tell people go buy a clothes steamer.
Oh, okay.
And just steam your suitcase because heat kills bed bugs as well.
In your car, if you've been in the car with them.
Yeah, if you've been in the car, what we tell folks is like if it's a hot day, like during the summertime, just park your car outside because the temperature in that car will get to 150, 160 degrees, and that ambient air temperature will kill anything that's in there.
Okay.
During the wintertime, it's a little bit more tricky. You might need to call us out to take a look at your car, but then during the summertime, it gets way too hot inside the car for the bed bugs to survive.
At least that's good to know.
Yeah, the sun helps us out.
So if someone thinks they have bed bugs, tell us what they should do.
So definitely call us.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to start doing things that will get the bed bugs moving in ways that they usually don't move.
Okay.
Because if we can find them and take them out, then the eradication will be so much easier.
Okay.
What we find is people kind of freak out. And they'll start throwing stuff away. They start throwing stuff away, moving stuff, sleeping in this room, sleeping in that room.
Oh, and it agitates them and they start to spread.
Yeah, they start to move, which makes our job even harder to do as a pest control technician. But if you kind of just keep your routine like you've always done, it makes it even easier for us to come in and get rid of them for you.
And so briefly tell us about, I know there's several different kinds of ways that you treat the bed bugs depending on what the situation is. Can you touch on that and like how, that's what I would wonder, like how long until they're gone?
Right. So it's going to depend on the infestation level.
Sure.
So if we're dealing with extreme cases, it's going to take us a little bit longer.
Okay.
If we're dealing with the low infestation level, like maybe between 1 to 20 bugs, we could get them knocked out pretty quick. So we use steaming. We use vacuuming, where we actually take the bugs out of the situation.
Is it a vacuum like my house vacuum?
It's a vacuum.
Okay.
But it's more geared towards getting bed bugs out.
Okay.
Because there's special tips that we use to get into cracks and crevices where bed bugs like to hide.
Okay.
We use steaming to kill the eggs.
Okay.
We also employ chemical treatments.
Okay.
And we do use different chemicals because some bed bugs have become immune to some chemicals out there. So we have to be really careful about what we use. And we also have our heat treatment, where we bring our heat truck out there and we will heat the whole house up to 160 to 180 degrees because bed bugs die at 120 degrees.
Wow. Wow.
So it's quite a bit of different things that we could do.
I love it. And so if you've got bed bugs, don't be ashamed or embarrassed. There's no judgment here.
No.
Like you said, they're no respecter of person.
No, they're everywhere. I mean, when I first started pest control, I never dealt with bed bugs.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we do bed bug jobs. I'm pretty sure we do about 6 a day.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
just
I had
us.
no idea.
That's just us in West Texas.
Wow.
So imagine all the other pest control companies.
Right.
So bed bugs are definitely on the move, especially during the summer travel season.
All right. So, does it bite? Heck yeah, it
Yeah,
bites.
it does.
It bites, and it is psychological warfare when it comes to bed bugs.
Right.
So, Michael, thank you for your tips. So, beware this summer as you travel.
Right.
Be aware of your surroundings, and if you think you have bed bugs, let somebody know, because you don't want to let that get out of control, do you?
Right. And just a
Yeah,
small
yeah.
tip before we go.
Please,
When
we
you go
want
to,
them all.
When you go to hotels
Yeah.
and you're by yourself and you can't leave your stuff out in the hallway, take it to the bathroom.
Oh.
Put your stuff in the bathtub or in the shower,
Okay.
because you can actually see bed bugs crawling around if they're in there. Put your stuff in there, because they usually won't be in there. They're going to be where the host is going to lay
Gotcha.
down.
Gotcha.
So don't go in there putting your bags on the bed or anything like that. Put them in the shower until you can figure out if there's bed bugs there or not.
All right, well, we're out of time. That's another edition of Does It Bite? Thanks, Michael, for all the bed bug tips, and we'll see you next time.
What?